I'm going to make dandelion salve from dandelions that I picked last summer, and they've been infusing in oil all winter long. It's now February, and it's a great time to make this as a gift for family or friends. So let's get started. I'll show you how it's done. So I have here my dandelion heads that have been infusing in grapeseed oil this time. You can use avocado oil, olive oil, any carrier oil. I've used grapeseed. And I'm just going to mix this gently up. I'm going to strain this through a cheesecloth into a dedicated pot. There's going to be wax in this pot, so you're going to want a dedicated pot that you don't necessarily cook with because that can get a little bit messy. So we will strain this out. I'm going to strain this through a 1-layer cheesecloth because I just don't want the dandelion bits coming out, but really everything else is fine. I'm having trouble. There, apparently that was a go. That is going to be the hardest work you're going to have to do all day. Putting your cheesecloth on your dandelions. So we're just going to let that drain through the cheesecloth. I'm going to mix it up a couple times just to make sure that we're getting all the good stuff. And this will take a while. You can probably rig a way to leave this. I'm just going to hold it. But drain this all out until you get every last bit of oil you can out of your mason jar. This is the beeswax I'm going to be using. It's a block of beeswax that I purchased from a super fun company online out of Canada here. It's called Gammy's Beeswax Candles, and it's run by a family out of Ontario, I believe. You can use whatever beeswax you want, pelleted beeswax, your own beeswax, but you're going to need 2 tablespoons of it per cup of dandelion oil. So I'm just going to start grating this up. Some recipes will call for beeswax in ounces, and 1 ounce is 2 tablespoons. Like I said, you want 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons for each cup of dandelion oil you have. I have 2.5 cups, so I'm going to do the appropriate amount of beeswax, and then you can do the calculations for how much oil you have. So I'll just take a couple seconds and grate this beeswax. So here is my 2.5 cups of oil. I'm going to pour that into my kettle here. You can use a double boiler. I have a melt function on my stove, and I have used this kettle before for that, so that is why I'm confident to do it, but it probably is best if you haven't melted wax before to do it in a double boiler. Here I have my 5 tablespoons of beeswax, and what we're going to do is we're going to heat this up with the beeswax until it is all melted together, and then we will infuse a couple essential oils, which are optional. I have a nice little home blend here that I am going to try out. So we'll let this melt down nicely, and then we'll see what we've got. All right, so we're gonna get this poured into our containers. I switched it out of the kettle because I spilled, so I'm just gonna pour it in this way. And obviously I'm not going to use these all, but I didn't want to be short, so I just put out a whole bunch of them. And I also, when I was not filming, added my essential oils. So, these are looking good. I'm waiting for them to harden up and have some form, and then we'll show you the final product. Here's our final product. It looks so good and it smells so yummy. You can see that it is formed up in its containers and it is all ready to go. So I hope you found this little tutorial helpful, and that it will allow you to make your own salves and balms at home.